Hi, I'm Ken, and this is an ordinary trash can. Now, you may be wondering how a beat-up old garbage can relates directly to your success in the world of internet marketing. So listen and watch the short 2.5-minute story to find out. And watch until the very end to discover a rather unusual surprise I have for you today. It was 1973. Stephen and his wife Tabby were living in a double-wide trailer in eastern Maine. He was a struggling high school English teacher, and she worked the second shift at a donut shop, at a Dunkin' Donuts. They drove an old Buick that was literally duct taped together. He had to work the oddest of the odd jobs to make ends meet. His dream? Well, it was to become a writer. He borrowed his wife's old college typewriter and would lock himself in the laundry room each evening to do his writing. And every now and then, he'd sell an article, hooray, which put extra food on the table. Yet they were barely getting by. During a daydream, Stephen had the idea for an article that revolved around two young girls. He started writing about it, but after writing 3 pages, he simply couldn't get the idea to work. Frustrated, he crumbled up those pages and dumped them into the trash can. He was wondering, do I really have what it takes to be a successful writer? Well, the next day, Tabby was emptying the trash, and she saw those 3 balls of paper all covered in cigarette ashes. Curious, she dusted them off, she flattened them out, and she started to read. When Stephen returned home from work that night, Tabby sat him down to have a talk about their future. Remember that Tabby was sacrificing just like Stephen was, and this was not the dreamed lifestyle that she had in mind for herself or for him. So she told Stephen that she thought he had a great concept, but that while it was probably too short for an article, it might just make a good book. And she offered to help him write it. So together they worked every day after Tabby's shift at the donut shop. Stephen would write, and Tabby would guide him through the understanding and development of all those characters of his. Finally, after 9 long months, it was done. All they had to do was send it to the publisher. So they bundled it up and sent it in. 30 publishers rejected it. But they kept the faith, and one day, Stephen got an urgent call at school. It was Tabby, completely out of breath. She had just received a telegram from Doubleday, the big New York publisher. And Doubleday had just bought the rights to Stephen's book. Their life was about to change forever. You see, the book was called Carrie, and it went on to sell millions of copies and become a major hit movie. And Stephen King went on to become the 19th most best-selling author of all time. And it all began with an idea that got thrown away. Now, that story may seem a bit extreme, but I assure you that it's not as extreme as you may think. And the story is one I guarantee you will never, ever forget. You see, when I first heard that story, it reminded me of when I was struggling financially and nearly quit my online business. Well, my years of training didn't prepare me for what was in store. You see, unlike Mr. King, I was guided by some of the brighter minds in the business, and I thought I knew what I was getting myself into. Well, actually, I started out believing in one big, terrible lie, and one that you may believe yourself. See, I was new to the idea of marketing online. I'd seen some of my friends, people I respect, doing really well on the internet. One of them was making 7 figures a year, consistently. So I was full of ambition and enthusiasm and ready for that challenge. Maybe that sounds a bit like you in business or marketing, right? Well, if it does, I can totally relate. But moving forward, here's a really big lie that I bought into, and see if you can relate to that as well. It was the key to success is lots of training, fancy tools, and tons of traffic. And you may be wondering, what does this have to do with marketing and making money online, Ken? Well, that's an excellent question, and I'll answer it for you in a minute. And I promise that light bulbs will go off in your head, and it will cause you to look at your online trash can with an entirely new light forever. Well, my expensive training failed me right from the start. You see, for the past quarter of a century, I've been training thousands of people all over the world on how to be a successful entrepreneur with offline businesses. Some of my students have gone on to generate wildly successful high 6- and 7-figure businesses, which is something I'm really proud of. But during that period, I was actually delivering someone else's content. You see, I was an instructor for some of the most respected learning companies on the planet. And while I was their top-rated trainer with long waiting lists for my classes, it didn't prepare me for the day I started out on my own. While I was making a terrific income teaching for these guys, it was them that benefited from my expertise. They collected the database, which is the lifeblood of every business. All because I didn't have a strategy to ethically develop those relationships for everyone's benefit. See, I made them rich, real rich, generating millions of dollars in revenue for them. Yet when I left, I had nothing on my own. Just as Stephen King didn't realize the value of what he threw away, I had literally thrown away all of my ideas, my relationships, and my brand equity for the nearly 10 years of my life that I'd given them. It all became clear to me when I started that online business of mine. That's when I realized that your customer relationship is the cornerstone of your business. No amount of knowledge, fancy tools, websites, products, traffic, or anything else will make this any less true. You see, it's engagement, power, and influence that's the new currency in today's online business. And right now, if you're like 99% of all marketers, you are throwing away your power and your influence to engage with your customers, your prospects, your clients, and you don't even realize it. You see, your online trash can is sitting right there in front of you, and you're literally throwing away your best prospects in there all day long, every single day. You're throwing away your power, throwing away your influence, and giving up your best opportunities to engage with and develop your customer base. And that means you're throwing away potentially tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost revenue. Gone. All because you didn't maximize and monetize your power, your influence, and your engagement. And that's why I created WP BrandWrapper. See, WP BrandWrapper is the revolutionary solution that makes sure your prospects, your clients, and your customers never get into that online trash can ever. It will revive, resurrect, and animate your online sales as it elegantly delivers all the content your visitors ever desire from virtually all over the web, and they never have to leave your website. Let me share a story to put this all in perspective for you. In 1947, one of my favorite movies of all time was released. It may be one of your favorites, too. It starred Edmund Gwenn, who won an Oscar for it, by the way, Maureen O'Hara, and a young actress named Natalie Wood. Of course, I'm talking about Miracle on 34th Street, a classic treasure. In the movie, Kris Kringle plays Santa at Macy's flagship department store at Herald Square on 34th Street, New York City. He's instructed to steer the children and their parents only to items that Macy's sells, but he doesn't follow directions. Instead, he directs customers to stores that actually carry what they desire, including Macy's arch-rival Gimbels. Well, Kris created so much buzz and goodwill for Macy's that they expanded the program store-wide, and even Gimbels adopted that plan. Now, I won't tell you the rest, although I'm sure you probably know the story. If you don't, you definitely need to watch the movie this year. For right now, though, here's what you need to know immediately. Just like Kris Kringle referred Macy's customers to Gimbels and other stores, you're doing the exact same thing when you give your website visitors a link that takes them somewhere else. Unfortunately, while Kris Kringle created incredible brand loyalty and goodwill for Macy's, in today's online attention deficit world, when you give someone that link to click, you've literally thrown them away. Just like Stephen King threw away the seeds of greatness that created Carrie. WP BrandWrapper solves all of that. You see, instead of sending your visitors to Gimbels, WP BrandWrapper brings the Gimbel store right into your own website. Just like the Christmas present you love to receive, WP BrandWrapper generates a page that wraps around the present you have with your own branding. One of our enthusiastic Phase 1 beta testers said it this way: "It's like when I send a referral to another doctor. I may never see that patient ever again. However, with WP BrandWrapper, it's like bringing that doctor into my office, so I never lose contact with my patient." That's exactly how WP BrandWrapper serves you and your prospective customers. You can serve them just like Kris Kringle, maximizing your power, maximizing your influence, while you give them incredible value and create massive goodwill, all without throwing them away. I'm going to give you 3 fantastic tips today that you can apply immediately. These tips will keep your prospects on your website for what could be hours. But first, we need to cover one of the lies you may have told yourself that have kept you away from using the simple power of engagement to increase your sales, your conversions, and your profits. And that lie is this: I need a fancy website, a fancy video, a great copywriter, and a fancy product in order to increase my online revenues. Well, BS. Plain and simple, that's a lie that's deceived millions, so you should feel relieved rather than embarrassed. See, the truth is that you can have all that fancy stuff. The bottom line is that you can be even more successful if you focus on the basics and simply give your guests, your visitors, and your prospects what they really want. You see, they're looking for solutions, not for pretty, not for trendy, or even sophisticated. In fact, if you go overboard with that, you'll end up scaring off 75% of your potential buyers. And you throw away all the good money you're spending on web development, email marketing, social media, and traffic generation. It's like a running faucet of thousands of wasted marketing dollars. Now, most experts would agree that a simple page offering quality content, including links to other relevant information, will create a solid connection with your potential customer and keep them coming back for more, right? Wrong. Why? Because when they offer that content and helpful links to other websites, they're unknowingly banishing their visitors from their own site, and they'll never see them again. If you can keep them on your website, not only do you build a more solid relationship with them, but you exercise your power and your influence, exponentially increasing the return on your marketing dollar. And more importantly, you win the 3-4 game. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Here's exactly what I mean. Let's say you're surfing the web and you find an article that you find really interesting. Here's one. It's all about the importance of time on site. Now, that blog post has lots of links in it, links that add value to the posting. Let's see what happens when we click on that link. Seems like Macy's sent us to Gimbals, and I will probably click a bunch of links here and never get back to where I started. And by now, I've completely forgotten about, wow, a girl with blue hair. I've already forgotten about where I was. You see, they literally threw me away. But we know that power and influence is the key to engagement, right? And you're going to learn exactly why that's so important in just a minute, so stay tuned. Knowing this essential key to success, we want to be a good host to our visitors and potential customers, right? Just like a 5-star hotel, we want to serve our guests with the best content they want and never make them have to leave us. So here's what we do, and what you will do once you start using WP BrandWrapper today. Here's what we did. You see, when you follow our strategy, we took the same article and we curated this article because it was important content for our readers. And it's the exact same article. I'm just going to scroll down and see where he had his link. Let's go inside, and here's where the power of the wrap takes place. Ta-da! See where we are? We're accessing the exact same content as the other guy wanted to share, but we're exercising our power and our influence. You see, our guest has never left our site. Instead, he can surf around, watch videos, and digest all of the great content he or she wants. And all that time, we're being engaging, powerful, and influential as their host. And we're reminding them of that with our branding at the top of every single page they're visiting. That's the power and influence of the WP BrandWrapper at work. Oh, and by the way, we can do this with just about any site there is. And, well, I couldn't help myself, but I wrapped CNN. And think about all the time we can spend going through all the bad news of the world or some of the fun technology things right here on CNN. Imagine what would happen if you wrapped TED.com with TED Talks, those 18-minute incredibly engaging videos. You could spend all day there. And guess what? While you've wrapped TED.com, they're on your website. So what? Well, Google sees what you're doing. They fall in love with you, and they reward you with a sensational search engine ranking. Can you say page 1 results? Here's why. One of the things that Google looks for most is relevancy. They measured that by the way people behave when they come to your website. If they come and immediately leave, that hurts you. But if they come and stay and click all over your site, Google sees that as a high level of engagement, and they reward you for that. So your strategy must be to increase the time your future buyers spend on your site, right? Right. So how much time do they need to stay on your site in order to make a difference? The answer may surprise you. Now, I've already given you a hint, but stay tuned. I'll reveal it to you in a moment. For right now, though, I want you to face the facts. Unless you're selling graphic or web design services, your visitors don't give a damn about how your site looks. All they want are solutions to their problems. Give them their answers, and they'll reward you by buying from you or by simply referring new business to you. Either way, that's a good thing. I'll give you the secret formula for this in just a few seconds. For now, just remember those numbers, 3 and 4. And keep in mind this simple mantra. When you change your focus from pretty to effective, everything changes for you. Just picture this. What if there was a tool that allowed you to provide your visitors with the most relevant and compelling content from all over the web, keeping them on your website at all times to get enormous engagement and sales, and do this virtually automatically with just a few clicks of your mouse? Well, you've already had a taste of it. So keep watching, and I'll introduce you to this exciting new game-changing web engagement solution and invite you to become one of just 100 lucky insiders. Now, avoiding the traps of web design and trashing your visitor is vital, of course, but so is enjoying the process of selling and serving. You see, once you discover that your potential customer wants to learn from you and wants to buy from you, everything becomes a lot more fun. It's true. While the world may claim to hate salesmen, the world loves to buy things. Just look around you. Bought anything recently? Of course you have. And do you enjoy having those things in your life? Absolutely. And that's why it's vital that you simply decide right now to enjoy the process of mastering the art of visitor engagement, of serving your potential customers instead of selling them. And that's where you demonstrate your power and influence as you engage your visitors and turn them into happy buyers. As long as you have a product or service that helps others, whether it's yours or someone else's for that matter, you can take pride in mastering the ability to sell it to others. And more than that, it's your obligation to do just that. You see, I'm assuming you have an idea, a service, or a product that can change someone's life. Or you want to create one. And that's wonderful. Therefore, you're doing the world a terrible disservice by selling that product in a half-baked fashion and effectively throwing your potential customers away. Imagine making a difference like Kris Kringle, seeing your product or service in the hands of millions of people all over the world. Their lives are improved, their peace of mind is increased, and the time they spend with their families is more rich and fulfilling. All because you took action and decided to master the power and influence of visitor engagement and keep your prospects learning and buying on your thriving website. So you may be asking yourself, Ken, how do I begin right now? How do I start using the power and influence of engagement to the benefit of my bottom line and my customers' lives? Well, first, make the commitment to do it right now for the betterment of everyone, for your family, for you, your friends, your customers, and their loved ones, and perhaps the whole world, because the bottom line is that we're here to make a difference. Isn't that true? Second, I want you to begin looking at how you're interacting with your prospects and your customers right now. Remember those numbers 3 and 4? Well, I want you to pay close attention right now because these numbers hold the key to your power, your influence, engagement, and ultimate success online. Yes, it's that important. Here goes. 3 refers to the minimum number of pages that your visitor must enjoy looking at on your site. Minimum of 3 pages. 4 is the minimum number of minutes that your visitor must remain engaged on your website. Now, in order to reach your goals of engagement, power, and profit, you've got to get that kind of performance. If you can get your average visitor to click at least 3 pages on your site and stay for at least 4 minutes or longer, you're going to find that they become engaged, motivated buyers for whatever you are offering. Why? Well, it's all due to the way you've engaged your visitor. Just like that 5-star hotel knows exactly what their guest wants and provides it exactly when they want it, you'll be doing the exact same thing when you have the right tools. Moreover, just like that exclusive 5-star hotel, you'll be unique because only the biggest and most successful 5-star web properties are using this strategy. And all of this builds to the bottom line result: more sales and much more profits. And by the way, the average website visitor only sees one page, before he bounces back to Google or goes somewhere else. 1 page. And they're on the average site for less than a minute. Sometimes less than 10 or 20 seconds. So your job is to immediately demonstrate your power and your influence and engage your guest. I'm Ken Krell. I'm the founder and host of the Boost Your Practice Show, where in 12 minutes or less each business day, we help wellness professionals and other entrepreneurs create better results and have more fun. For over a quarter of a century, I've also been known as the private label trainer behind some of the most successful names on the internet and wealth creation seminar companies, helping them generate multi-millions in revenue for themselves and their wealthy clients. But finally, and more important to you right now, I'm the creator of the power and influence of visitor engagement, the revolutionary new system that helps you inspire your potential customers and turn them into raving evangelists for you and your brand, all while generating new sales and new revenue for you. Along with the power of influence of visitor engagement comes a breakthrough that gurus are saying will change the way people market online forever. It's the WP BrandWrapper software system. It's the first and only standalone push-button software system that automatically and actively attaches, influences, and engages your website guests as you skyrocket to the top of the search rankings, all on autopilot. This tested, proven, and efficient tool for website visitor influence and engagement can work for you, even if you don't have a prospect or customer list, don't have any friends on Facebook or any friends at all, don't have a product or service of your own, don't think that you have any technology smarts or feel that turning on your computer is confusing enough, or even if you are a seasoned and successful online marketer making tons of money and are looking for a way to make your business more efficient, more profitable, and much more fun. The bottom line as the WP Brand Wrapper is the only single solution on the planet that guarantees that you can engage your website visitor on your site much longer and with much more satisfaction, ensuring that your time on site statistics skyrocket, while you influence them to surf more pages and catapult your site to the top of the search engine rankings without knowing anything about coding, programming, or any other technical considerations, as you convert those visitors into happy repeat buyers. And this is true even if you think you've tried everything when it comes to mastering the art and science of online marketing. Now, just to be clear, this is not some piece of code that creates those annoying never-ending pop-ups or some tacky exit handcuff that makes it nearly impossible to leave your website, making your visitor feel like a prisoner and hating you, trashing the people that you're trying to attract. And it's not any sort of content curation program, though it will supercharge the results of any curation strategy on the planet. Rather, this is an elegant yet powerful system that can turn anyone into a highly respected, profit-generating online friend and online resource while freeing you from the burden and angst of creating filler content, tacky contests, or other boring or amateur-looking engagement tactics. Linda recently shared her experience with WP BrandWrapper, which sums up what most of our users share when they start using this breakthrough system. She says, "Ken, when I first heard about the WP BrandWrapper, I was way curious, and I was also skeptical. I was looking for a way to increase engagement with my site's visitors, including how long they stayed. But I was also worried that this was going to feel like a trick rather than a natural experience for my visitors." Well, nothing could be further from the truth. I did exactly what you said. I took my time and diligently went through the tutorial videos and found them to be complete and easy to understand. And your energetic, fun style was a refreshing alternative to the boring tutorials I'm usually subjected to. This allowed me to fully understand the concept and create as I went. And within a few short minutes, I easily created my first wrap. I took one page of my blog and created 32 individual wraps, each one bringing my web visitor to external content while seamlessly keeping them on my site. Now, thanks to WP BrandWrapper, I'm no longer throwing my visitors away by linking them to outside resources on the web. I can clearly see that my website analytics have skyrocketed, and I know it's precisely because of WP BrandWrapper. The results are stunning. I can't thank you enough. And Linda can apply this to her emails, her social media, to every blog post she makes, to every ad she runs, even to every resource link in her Kindle books or regular books, and to any affiliate product if she wants to do that kind of promotion as well. The potential is off the charts. And she can see the results really fast. Just listen to Aileen's reaction when she discovered what happened on her site just one day after she began using WP BrandWrapper.
You know how amazing it is, Aileen? I am looking at your analytics. Check it out.
Oh, my goodness.
You actually have one person who's clicked on a redirect link for release negative beliefs.
Uh-huh.
That person stayed on the Wrapped page for 29 minutes and 28 seconds.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That's amazing. Pretty incredible, right? Well, right now, you're invited to become one of only 100 Phase 2 beta testers. And here's what you'll receive when you claim access to your exclusive WP BrandWrapper community today. First, you'll get immediate access to the WP BrandWrapper software system, as you'll easily see it's simple to install and ready to put to use in minutes. And the secret to its success, and yours, is simple. Much like what you'll be doing with your potential clients when you use your new system, I've removed every obstacle for you. Most software is complicated, disorganized, and they have no supporting systems to help you make the process of learning your new strategies as simple as possible. See, it's more than just software. It's the entire package of strategy and implementation, too. We designed the WP BrandWrapper system from the ground up to be as foolproof as possible. Baby simple, in fact, as simple as it can ever be, and that's a fact. This simplicity ensures that anyone can follow the steps. Click and wrap your branding around the content you want to share with your visitors, much like putting a letter into an envelope or inviting that valued guest into your own home or into that 5-star hotel. So literally, in less than a New York minute, you can be giving your visitors direct access to the best content on the web, yet they'll never leave your own site. It's that simple. Now, the WP BrandWrapper software system is expected to sell for $197 plus $39 a month when we release it in the next few weeks. And you know what? That's an absolute steal, considering the fact that the extra sales you'll be making from each wrapped page can earn you thousands of additional dollars in revenue. And this sort of sophisticated marketing strategy has only been available to wealthy big box web enterprises like Huffington Post, Amazon.com, CNN.com, and others. So any tool that's guaranteed to pay for itself many times over with verifiable exponential growth in your time on site statistics is well worth many times a mere $197 plus $39 a month. However, I would love to surprise you with a much better deal in just a moment, just for watching this presentation today, since you were referred to us by one of our valued launch partners. It's an invitation that's only available to you here, right now on this page. So whatever you do, keep watching. When you claim your membership today, you'll take that invitation and then you'll discover the secrets of online engagement that have made only the most sophisticated marketers millions of dollars, and how you will be able to do exactly the same thing for a fraction of what it's cost them in time and money. Effortlessly, you'll dive in, knowing that the WP BrandWrapper system will guide you through, taking you by the hand every step of the way, removing all the guesswork. And you'll master the power and influence of visitor engagement marketing that others have been unable to successfully achieve. You've cracked the code as you become the ultimate resource in your market now and forever, ensuring your present and your future success. Now, like I mentioned, when we release it in a few weeks, the price of the WP BrandWrapper software is going to be $197 plus $39 each month. And before I show you the better deal that you're going to get as one of our 100 Phase 2 beta testers, please allow me to explain just what being a Phase 2 beta tester means. When we release a new program, we want to be sure it's absolutely perfect. So we run 2 phases of beta testing. Phase 1 involves just a few people that will kick it around and find any bugs and flaws in it. We take this feedback and immediately make the appropriate changes. Then we offer it to only 100 special insiders in a second phase so they can give us any final fine-tuning feedback, as well as glowing testimonials and case studies for our sales and marketing program. And we do that all before we release it to the general population. So today, you're invited to join this elite team of insiders, the Phase 2 beta test team, and get a head start on your competition. And I also want to share this one super bonus that you're going to get today. You'll love this one. It's that unique surprise bonus that I mentioned earlier, one that's free when you take action, the one that will make all the difference in your success. Now, today when you take action and join our Phase 2 beta team, I'm going to give you a full year of access to our Insiders Mastermind sessions. It's the exclusive members-only group that meets each month to answer your questions, give you encouragement, and brainstorm ideas for new strategies and features. And it makes sure you're never left out on your own, ever. I'm even giving you a taste of it on this page. There's a little excerpt from one of our recent sessions posted here. In fact, I'm in those sessions, by the way, each time with you, along with our other members and guest experts and strategists, where we work together to guide and support you. Now, normally access to me can cost $8,000 or more per day, yet our mastermind group gets access to me for free, and you will too when you join today. Just imagine never feeling left out on your own without support. Imagine having more experienced marketers help you with the process and strategies from start to finish. And picture the inspiration and confidence you'll feel when you see how other members, just like you, are enjoying massive success. Now that's what awaits you when you simply take action today with us. Now let's take a look at the savings that the WP BrandWrapper will bring to your life and your business. You could hire a programmer and pay anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to create a piece of software similar to WP BrandWrapper, but you'd lose a ton of time, as well as spend a fortune if you take this route, as the really good, reliable programmers are usually booked for months on end on other projects. Or you could try to learn how to code it yourself, which would take even longer and be even more frustrating, no matter how much of a tech genius you may be. And you still wouldn't have the astonishing strategic advantages that we built into the software and will continue to improve. Which is why anyone who's tried to do this on their own has given up and gone back to their old ways of doing things. So when I say the price of WP BrandWrapper will be $197 and $39 a month, and that software allows you to easily integrate the best of the web right into your own websites within minutes, immediately boosting your visitor engagement and multiplying the time they spend on your website, and that you can create wraps on as many cash-producing posts and pages on your website as you'd like, and that I thoroughly walk you by the process by the hand, step by easy step, now you realize the incredible opportunity this really is. Yet you will not be investing $197 today. Oh no. And you will not be spending $39 a month. Simply click the button that's on this page that says, Yes, Ken, let me join the beta team now, and I'll give you free access to the Insider Mastermind sessions for a full year, a value of about $1,200. Plus, I'm going to give you 1 year of full access to WP BrandWrapper and all our training immediately, right now, for a single investment of only $97. That's it. You'll have no other payments, and you'll enjoy a full year's use of the software. And when you take action and join us right now, you'll get 2 additional fast action bonuses you see below, worth over $700 each year, which brings the value of the WP BrandWrapper software system to well over $1,000. Yet as one of our 100 Phase 2 beta members, it's yours today for a single payment of only $97. Now, in addition, today I'm going to guarantee your investment in not just one way, but 3 ways. First, if you don't at least double the amount of time visitors are spending on the pages or posts that you've made where you've used the BrandWrapper software system within 30 days of publishing them, I will refund every penny of your investment today without question. Secondly, if you don't find this to be the most beneficial new strategy to influence and engage your visitors and multiply their time on your site, just let me know and I'll give you back every penny of your investment as well. Or even if you don't like my accent, my rate of speech, the way my software looks, or even the font we're using in the tutorial videos. Whatever your reason may be, rest assured that you have 30 full days to test drive the WP BrandWrapper software for yourself. Look, listen, if you're not bouncing off the walls thrilled about the results that this groundbreaking software will generate for you, your investment is fully guaranteed to be returned to you in full. So you have 3 roads you can take right now. You can do nothing and continue along the same path, and of course you know where that's going to take you. Or you can take the tips I've shared and try to do this on your own. Now sure, it'll help, but it will leave you with only part of the picture, and with months of wasted time, wasted money, and lots of frustration. Or you can do the smart thing and allow me to share my system and strategies, leverage my simple step-by-step automatic formula with you immediately, right now. Stop throwing your customers in the virtual trash can and instead get started on a new, highly targeted, focused strategy so you can enjoy an engagement-rich, happiness-rich, sales-rich, successful lifestyle. Click the button below that says, Yes, Ken, let me join the beta team now. And I'll greet you personally on the next page. Now remember, you can easily serve your prospective buyers just like Kris Kringle, giving them incredible value and creating massive goodwill without throwing them away, starting right now. So click on that button below that says, Yes, Ken, let me join the beta team now, and let me prove it to you, on me, with everything, including your success, guaranteed for you. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to see you at our next Mastermind session.